Hello students, welcome to tutoringcluster.com. In this video, we are going to talk of a latest notification, that is recruitment notification released by HPCL for an engineering student. So without wasting time, let us start the video. So what is HPCL basically? So it is better to know little bit about the company. So I think HPCL, everybody knows it is a public sector enterprise. It's a PSU. So there was many news were there about privatization of PSUs, right? But as per my knowledge, BPCL, then Shipping Corporation, then Cochin Shipyard, and BEL, these will be on the top for the privatization. There is no as such news right now for the privatization of HPCL. So it is a very good PSU and it's a very big PSU. It has around 18% share in the petroleum product marketing. It has its refineries at Mumbai and Vishakhapatnam. It holds around 48% equity stake in JV company and Mittal Energy Limited. It has around 17% equity stake in Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. This is also one of the company. And apart from the refineries, it's also in supplying petroleum products across the country. So this is little bit about HPCL. Now, the important dates that you must know, that online application, it will start from 3rd March, that is today itself, and the last date for the application, it will be around 15th April. Now, this is the link. You can find the link on, you can go on official website of HPCL, and there you can go in the jobs or careers. So easily you can get the link. I will also provide you the official link in the description box. You can check out. Application fee for this, it will be around 1100. So 1000 rupees will be application fee, 180 rupees it will be GST, of course, and there will be some extra payment gateway charges, right? So this is about an application fee. So to remember the date, till 15th April, you can easily apply for the given post. So basically, these are for mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical and instrumentation engineering. So maximum vacancies are for mechanical engineering, that is around 120. Salary grade, it is very good, it's a E2, and the salary structure is very attractive for the E2 grade. We will talk shortly on that. The maximum age for all the position, it is 25, right? And you should have a degree from AICT approved colleges only. Now, last year students can also apply for this position. So it's a very good opportunity for them, right? So you can, last year student can easily apply. So after their results, they have to make sure that they are fulfilling the minimum eligibility criteria, which will be discussed on the latter stage, right? So there are around 120 vacancies for mechanical engineering, 30 vacancies for civil engineering. For electrical engineering, it is 25, and for instrumentation engineering, it is 25, right? So around 200 vacancies are there. All are E2 grade. The age is 25, minimum age is 25. There is of course some relaxation for OBC candidate, SC, ST and PWD candidate. We will be talking it shortly. Now, this is a category wise distribution. So for SC, out of 200, right? See, they have not mentioned the distribution branch wise. This is an overall vacancy distribution, that for SC, the 20 vacancies out of 200. For ST candidate, it will be 18. For OBCNC, it is 49. For EWS, it is 20. And unreserved open category, it is 93. So they have not mentioned branch wise vacancies. Okay, so out of 120, for example, mechanical engineering, it is 120, but they have not mentioned that how many will be for unreserved, how many are for OBCs. So this is about a total vacancies, that is 200, and this is how it is distributed, right? Now, education qualification, as I told, so 4 years full-time regular engineering course from AICT approved, right? And minimum marks they have to obtain, it is 60%. Okay. For unreserved, of course, 60% marks, it is for unreserved and OBC and EWS candidate, and 50% for SC, ST and PWD candidate, right? Now, this is a very important note. Final year or semester students, those who are in final year, they can also apply for this post. So after their result, they have to meet this criteria. If the final year student is from unreserved, he has to get 60% mark, he should have 60% marks, and if it is from SC/ST category, he should have 50% marks. So eligibility criteria are same for the final year students also. In case of CGPA, right, so whatever rules your university has, so you have to convert that CGPA into percentage, and it should meet the minimum eligibility criteria, right? Okay. Now, how the shortlisting and selection process will be there? So HPCL, it is not considering any gate score. It will be conducting a separate online, that is computer based test, and the weightage for the test, it is 85%, right? So minimum qualifying marks in the domain section, it should be 50% for all categories, right? And your computer based test, it will be divided into two, that will be general aptitude plus technical. So if you are from mechanical background, the technical will be from mechanical. If you are from if you are from electrical, it will be from electrical, right? So respective branch, they will have the respective technical questions, right? So general aptitude and technical, both parts will be there. And the qualifying marks, it is 60% for unreserved and EWS candidate, and for OBC, SC, ST and PWD, it will be 54%, right? Then those who will qualify the minimum marks, then the next stage, it will be of group task, and 5% weightage will be there for this. Of course, for this, the minimum qualifying marks is 40% and 33.33% for rest of the categories. So those who will qualify this, they will be interviewed by the panel, and there will be 10% weightage, right? So there is slight less weightage for group task, of course more for personal interview. And in personal interview also, the minimum qualifying marks is 40% and 33.33% for rest of the category. So basically your final scoring, that means you have to add all these 1 plus 2 plus 3, right? So it will be of 100% weightage. So minimum qualifying marks, it will be 60% for unreserved and 54% for SC, ST, OBC and PWD. Okay, so for OBC 54% and unreserved and EWS category, it is 60%, right? So basically total out of 100%. Okay, 1 plus 2, that is computer based test, group task and personal interview. So prepare well for computer based test. Okay, if you are applying for it. So technical will be of definitely of gate level, because it's a PSUs, right? So definitely all the complete gate syllabus will be there for a technical question. And general aptitude, of course, it will be quant, reasoning and English. Now, what will be salary? A very attractive salary will be there, that will be of E2 grade. So if I have to give some clarification, so let's say your basic pay is 50,000. Let's say 50,000 is your basic pay. So it will be added as dearance allowance. So there will be DA, that is dearance allowance, and it will be around 18.4% of basic. So you will get around 9,200. plus there will be some perks and allowances, and it is around 35% of your basic. So if you calculate, it will come under around 17,500, plus there will be HRA or lease. So out of this, any one will be there. So HRA, if there is, it will be around 20% of your basic, and it will come around 12,000. So if you are adding this, it will be around 88,700. And let's say the location is, let's say you are posted on the site, there will be further allowances. So you can expect around 90K to 1 lakh minimum salary at the joining. So this is all about a salary structure. Hope you have understood the basic salary structure. Very attractive salary at the age of 25. Okay, and it is a very good opportunity for all engineering students if they have not applied for the gate, or let's say they have got less marks in gate, and still if they have not make it to the PSU. So this is a very good opportunity. Now let us talk of next some important points we are going to discuss. That the posting, it can be at SBUs or division or department of the corporation at any place. So posting, where they will be posted, it is not mentioned, it can be anywhere. Then the selected officer, they will be for probation of 1 year from the date of joining, and there will be deduction of 5,000 per month as a retention amount. Of course, it will be given to you after the 6 months. Okay, so there will be deduction from the salary as a retention amount of 5,000 rupees. Then, of course, as I told, there will be relaxation in the age. That will be for 5 years for SC candidate and ST, 3 years for OBC, and 10 years for PWD candidate. And if a student is belonging from Jammu and Kashmir, then maximum age limit, that means this 5, 3 and 10, it is further relaxed by 5 years, right? Then there will be no hard copy. Of course, hard copy of admit card will not be there. So for admit card and for interview call letters, you have to check HPCL website regularly. All the notification updates will be given to HPCL website only. And of course, there will be reimbursement of second class rail fare for computer based test for SC, ST, PWD candidate, and there will be third AC for all candidates appearing in the interview. Okay, so this is all about HPCL recruitment process. So I hope whatever one should know about recruitment process, like which branch, age, minimum criteria, what will be selection process, and what are some important points. So in a short video, I have tried my best to give all the details. Still, if you want the notification in detail, you can check on the website, or you can find the link in the description box. And please do like the video, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.